Hello there, friends, and welcome to another game. So today, for full transparency, I was contacted by some of my friends at Hero Games, and they asked me to take a look at one of their new games and share it with you guys. I don't know much about this one, but for full transparency, I was asked to share this with you. There's no financial gain for me to do this, but they seem like pretty nice guys, so I thought I would try out their game and see what it's all about. Not my typical game, but I know there are those of you who do, and I read through some of the reviews, and a lot of them suggested this game might be very useful if you have small children to keep them occupied, and I did play through it once to kind of take a look at it and see what we were dealing with here, and I kind of agree with that review. It's not complicated. It's not ultra challenging either. So I thought I'd give it a run for you guys so you could see what it is and be introduced to it. And the game is free. There are in-app purchases you can make to make the ads go away, and you can also continues are for a fee, but you can restart it. So that's not really a problem, especially if you have small children, because they're not trying to get a high score. So we'll give it a roll and see what we got here. So basically, this is the screen you pull up to. There's a no ads button, which I'm not going to hit because there's really no point. We're just going to demo it. This, like I said, this not being my style of typical game, I don't believe I'll play it too much more, and in recording it, it's on my Knox settings, so it'd be a good time waster, I guess. I mean, something to do if you got a few minutes. There's low commitment. It's definitely challenging to play. You can make your own challenges, of course, but it does have a bit of a challenge to it. It did take me a minute to figure out exactly what was going on. I briefly read the email they sent me, and then I said, I'll give it a shot and see. I probably should have figured out what was going on before I started playing. There's probably things about this I don't know. But in your settings, you get the options to turn music on and off and sounds on and off, and your controls can either be touch, tilt, which makes a lot of sense, especially in this context. And your language choices, I'm not going to go through those because it's going to put it in a language I don't understand, and who knows how I'll get back home again. And you guess you could turn Google Play integration on or off to set any achievements or anything that this might have. But really, really simple settings. If you mess it up, it's pretty easy to fix, and that's why I say it's probably a perfect game if you have small children and want to keep them occupied. It does have a lot of motion, so I don't know how well this would work on like a car trip or something. But in general, that's not a terrible concern. But the last thing I know, being a father myself, last thing I would want to do is have my kids get car sick on a long trip. I've had that happen, and it is not fun. So let's go ahead and roll it on and see what it does. Oh, themes. Let's take a look at the themes. And we can purchase some space themes and tropical themes and candy themes and winter themes, which are all pretty decent. I mean, the price isn't too terrible. Honestly, I almost get that for doing a survey in Google Rewards. So this would be like free money I'd be giving them just to help them out if I was buying one of these. But the classic theme is actually pretty cool in itself. I think if I was going to go with one, I would go with the space theme because I've had enough winter, and tropical is only a dream. So anyway, back to the game. So you have this. I'll tell you the premise before we get started because it is a little bit of a faster paced game. So I don't know how much talking I'll be able to do while we're playing. Even though it's not complex, it does run pretty fast. And I don't know how much detail I can get into while I'm playing because, of course, we'll be playing. It's more of a kind of like a reverse Tetris game. You're trying to stack things on top of other things. So you have inner tube, and you're trying to save your falling little animals in the inner tube, and they stack on top of each other. And as they get higher and higher, they get rescued, I guess, and drop down. I'm going to assume they get rescued and they don't fall into the water and perish, but let's hope for the best for them. So as they get rescued, the stack shrinks a little bit to give you a little more room, so you're not all the way up to the top. And there are ice blocks that fall down that freeze you, and there are 1-ton weights that fall down that basically mess you over and knock your stack off. So, and you do get a strike for those. And if you get 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out, just like baseball. So let's get this going. So here's the inner tube. And we got to catch this guy and that guy. We'll knock him off. And there's one of the weights. And you can see the stack shrinking a little bit. Whoops. And this is when it starts to get a little bit harder. And that one is like a special one that like blows the whole stack out. Can't catch him backwards, I guess. I'll knock him over. Ah! Come here. There we go. Let me rescue you. Oh, yep, there, I got a strike. Doing way better this time than I was last time. And as you can see, this is probably really perfect for kids on a trip or waiting. The entire concept of it is not horribly complex, so I really want to catch one of those bonus guys. Ooh, more weights. What the? Whoa! And it pretty much just continues like this. And you can actually knock the weights out of the way if you... There we go, bonus. Oh, we got frozen. The collision detection seems a little like not perfect, so that's why I'm thinking it's probably a reasonably decent game for small children, because it doesn't have to be exact. Alright, so we made it to 12,300 that round. And if we want to play on, it's 99 cents. However, we could always just do start over, and we could play again. So, and in this game, it doesn't seem like there's levels to where you would need to really continue on so much, because, well, I mean, you know, what are we going to do? Get more things going? Or we could just start over and have more fun, because it's really just more of the same, just at a little bit slower pace. And like I said, I am playing this in an emulator, so it is not the most efficient way to play it. So that explains a lot of the slowdown at the end. So don't think the performance issues have anything to do with the game itself. It actually seems to perform very well. It's just the fact that I don't have that many cores devoted to this emulator right now. So it is... it's kind of pulling my system, and I've got some other things. I'm rendering a couple of videos, so that's dragging it down a little bit. I'm at probably 120% on my processor right now. And yeah, I know that doesn't sound like it's possible, but I'm overclocking it tremendously at the moment. So this game is sitting on top of that. It's probably not the best way to play it, but actually saying so, it's only using one core on my game, and it is virtualized out to work pretty well. So the fact that it slowed down at all is surprising, but don't blame that on the game. That's just what I'm doing right now. And we made it pretty far. 12,300, I would say that's fairly accomplished. But let's try it again, just to be sure. So here we go. Catch that guy. Oh, we missed him. Yep, the catch detection is a little bit more vague than like what a a challenging adult style game would be. I hate to say adult style game. It makes it sound like it's some kind of porno game or something. Oh, there goes my bonus. I didn't really see a downside from being frozen the last time either. Let's get frozen again. Find out what that does. Maybe it makes us move slower. I'm not going to risk getting that. Bonus. Little bonus, probably. Oh, frozen. Come on, freeze me. So there we go. We're moving slower, and it moves as one big block now, and I don't seem to be able to catch anything anymore. So yeah, there is a downside to freezing. Oh, got our first X. It's actually getting quite challenging now. Oh, second one. I thought I could knock that out of the way. I do want to be technical about it. We could just do this. We go on for quite a while this way. Oh, they look around the corner. See, watch them. We'll peek around the corner in a second. It's on to me. Probably do it at the most inopportune time, too. That was great attention to detail there. I mean, just the fact that they peeked around the corner. That was pretty cool. I don't know if that was intentional or if that just happened, but let's see if we can make him do it again. That must have just been a thing that I did. Anyway, let's see if we can beat that score from last time. Do it once. Come on. Whoa. Get out of there. Oh, that'd have been a nice one to get. So, as you can see, as you can see, taking this, giving it to your tablet to your kid on a trip probably isn't going to be the most horrible decision you could make. To keep them busy at like sitting at the airport or something, or waiting on a plane, or whatever you're doing where they need to pass a little bit of time and you need them to not be crawling all over everything. So, I hate to have the tablet parent, where the tablet's raising your children. However, I do realize sometimes it is important. And, honestly, I could see me playing this game just to blow off some stress. It's not complicated. It's not hard. But you know what? It's actually kind of fun. I mean, it is what you make it. It's not one of these AAA shooters. It's not one of these AAA RPGs. But sometimes you just need 5 minutes to not think about what you're thinking about. And this is a good distraction. So, hey, and free. There are things you can buy if you want to support the company, and honestly, these guys seem pretty decent, but they reached out to me and asked me to share it with you. And other than the fact that a lot of the things in here are pay, you can still continue to play the game. It doesn't impede your progress. You can get new backgrounds. One thing I would caution you on in giving this to your children is I would definitely set up a account on your tablet for them with this on it that blocks purchasing anything, so they don't accidentally purchase it. Or if you play it when you're drunk, you don't accidentally purchase it. Because, 99 cents to play again is kind of steep. And, hey, we might not want to spend that when we're not quite thinking normally. Be like, yeah, I want to play on. So then you wake up the next morning and you've played on 12 times and you're, $15 in the hole. But I digress. Is it a good game? By all rights and means, yes, it is. Is it a great game? No. But it is a great game for what it does. And would I download it on my tablet? If I wasn't already playing 56 other games, I probably would. But I have more things occupying my attention right now that I really can't focus on this. But you know what? I don't have a problem with it. It's a cool, fun, neat idea. It's different. It's not the same old thing. It's not the same old zombie game that you see out on there. It's not the same old this, the same old that. It's new. It's different and worth your time. So if you're looking for a quick game for you, quick game for your kids, keep them occupied, keep yourself occupied when you just need to waste a few minutes while you're waiting for somebody to show up or whatnot, yeah, sure, give it a whirl. You might have fun with it. I in the 15 minutes we've been talking about it, I've been playing it. I have entertained myself playing this. Now, as far as the video goes, am I going to take the time to build a backdrop for this and everything? No, probably not. But you guys know what I do when I play on Nox. I usually have a background up, and I do that for Tuber Simulator. This game, it's a one shot, so I'm not going to build a whole background for it, a backdrop and new scenes and everything. But I do recommend it, and I recommend it for what it's meant to be. A quick, fun, cheap game. And definitely check out this game and maybe some of the other games that Herotainment LLC has put out. Looks like they've got a couple things on the same theme. Looks like they are really big on the Smighties. So, and their games get fairly high reviews. But they've got 4 games out here, and really, not a bad start, guys. I mean, I know, I'm pretty sure they subscribe to my channel, and that's how they got a hold of me. And I'm okay with that. I really don't mind. I will look at your product if you want me to. I have no problem doing that. I give this one a positive review. I was not asked to do any of the other ones. If they want me to do the other ones, I can definitely ask me to do so. I would be happy to do that. But I'd also be happy to stay on their list of new and fun, exciting games they are putting out to check out. So definitely would welcome that from them. But honestly, if you're looking for something quick, yeah, grab this game. It's like playing Tetris. It's the Tetris of 2017. We'll call it that. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Check this game out. I'll check you guys out later. Thanks. See ya.